Hey everybody, how's it going? Blaine here. Welcome to the first episode of Basics with Blaine. For this episode, we're going to be redoing an older video of mine that's a little outdated now. And what we're going to be doing is looking at the basics of the game board and the basics of just how you interact with the game board when you're playing. So let's hop right into a AI game, and I'll go ahead and show you guys how that works. So the very first thing you'll notice when you start up a game is the Mulligan Phase. And so what you do here is, just like with any card game that has a mulligan phase, you select which of the cards in your starting hand you actually want to keep and which ones you want to throw back into your deck, shuffle into your deck, and draw that many back. Some games punish you on your mulligan and make you draw less, but in collective you can throw away up to all 4 cards and get back all 4 of those. So the way that you do that is you just click on them. And one thing to note is that you can always right click to undo an action, or you can actually click the undo button right over here. So you'll notice that it actually presses down when you right click. So just whatever feels more natural to you, you can click that undo button or just right click. I find myself right clicking more often than not. So once you've selected the cards that you want to be in your starting hand, you click the done button, which is right here. And so once you've done that, it'll shuffle your deck and you will draw cards again. So something you'll notice there is at the start of every turn, you gain 1 experience. You can count these little tick marks here to see how much experience you need to level up. So as you can see here, we've got 1, 2, 3, and at 4 experience, we will go up to level 2. So if you want to see what your level is, you hover over your reward area right here. And as you do that, you'll see a couple of things come up. The very first here is your level, which goes over your hero's face. If you'll look to the left of your level, you'll see your passive. So your passive is how you level up. So that's different with every hero. There's currently 6 heroes. Each one levels up in a different way. So with Buluk, who we're currently playing, you can see that his passive is you get plus 3 experience when you attack with 3 or more units. And then on the right side of the level, you can see your reward for when you level up. So the right side, it says level up, get Enkindler of Strife. So you can see that he is a unit, which is what we call the creatures of this game. They're called units. Spells are called actions, if you're unfamiliar. And so we get a unit. He's a 3/1/2 unit with an active, which is create a 1/1 artifact. And I'll go over actives probably in a later video, because like I said, right now we're just going over the board and how it works. So you get a reward every time you level up. It's different every time, and it's different for every hero. So let's go into playing cards. So in the tutorial, you might think that you're supposed to drag cards to the zone over here, but you actually don't have to do that. You can just click on them. And just like in the Mulligan Phase, you can right click to undo, or you can just click that undo button if you've queued something up here that you decided you didn't want. Something else to take note of is who has initiative, and that's this little pinkish purplish coin here. And what that means is in collective you take your turns at the same time. So it's currently my turn and my enemy's turn, but they have initiative. So any of the cards that they queue up this turn will take place before the cards that I play this turn. And so if they're playing a 1-mana card, and this is just a bot, so we'll see if they play one or not, it will happen before mine happens. So I'm going to go ahead and click done to show you guys what that looks like. So he didn't have a card, and so automatically mine just gets played. Alright, and as you can see, last turn he had initiative, but the turn is over now. They lost that initiative and it comes over to me. And so now any cards that I play will take place in front of them. One thing I didn't mention earlier that is pretty important is you have this orb over here which shows you how much mana you have. If you're familiar with Hearthstone, you get 1 mana every turn. There are ramp cards that can make that go higher on a certain turn, but you'll always get 1 mana a turn, and you'll keep gaining 1 mana a turn until the max mana, which is 13. Now you can use ramp to go higher than 13, but by default, if you don't play anything to affect it, you will only go up to 13 mana. And like I said, that'll go up by 1 each turn. I'm not going to really talk about keywords or anything this video. I'm just going to show you the field. You can hover over your opponent's reward if you'd like to see their passive and their level up rewards as well. As you can see, because I had initiative, my Sunflower got played before his Minor Demon. But yeah, it's pretty simple. Something I didn't cover there that I'll cover this turn is how you attack. So once again, remember he has initiative, so this turn, if he happened to kill any of these with one of his cards, then my summon effect from the Watermelon would not affect them to begin with. So let's see. Okay, he didn't, but his card gets played first because he has initiative. And now the summon effect happens. So after the play phase is what I call it, which is essentially when all the cards get played, you have what I would consider the attack phase, which is where you choose which of your creatures you would like to attack. Now, there's a quick key to have everybody attack. It's A. So if you press the A key on your keyboard, suddenly everybody's attacking. You press A again, they all stop. Or you can just individually pick who you want to attack. Just because a creature has 0 does not mean it cannot attack. It can still attack to trigger like your passive, for instance. And so once you've chosen who you want to attack, because I have initiative, his damage will happen first, just for the record. And I'm actually going to just attack with everything because this has unblockable, so I couldn't block it if I wanted to. Like I said, we'll cover that more in the keyword video, but that's how you choose to attack or not attack. You either click on it, right-clicking works for undo again, and you can press A to either attack with all or stop attacking with all. And so because he has initiative, his attack will happen first. And because we met our passive, we got some extra experience there. And so we will get to level up. Alright, so because we leveled up, we get our reward. And then we get, this is the really special part about Collective. One of the things that makes it most unique is the draft system. And so the draft system happens anytime you level up. You get to draft a card. And so essentially you'll get a random choice between 4 cards, and they will automatically get added to your hand. And at the end of the game, you can pick one of the cards that you've drafted to add to your deck as well. And so, you know, just for right now, we'll pick Void Hatchling, but just to kind of explain something else to you real quick is you'll see that there are colors to the cards. That's part of the affinity system. We'll talk about that in another video. But just know that the number you see here is the number that you'll have to pay for it. So that's the important thing to notice. So this would be a 3-mana card to play in green. But we're going to take this Void Hatchling for now. And as you can see, it immediately gets added to our hand. So as far as the game board goes, just other zones real quick that we can talk about. You have your deck to the right. You can hover over it to see how many cards you have. You can also hover over your discard or even click on your discard, and you can search through your discard pile to look at your cards that are in there if you have something that returns from your discard pile, and so forth. But other than that, that's pretty much the gist of the game board and the basic mechanics of the game. The only thing that's different is the blocking phase, and so I actually I hope that he'll attack with this turn, and we can see, I can show you guys how blocking works. So I'm going to choose to not attack with anything, so I'll just click done, but combat's not over. But see, he's only attacking with the unblockable minion right now, unfortunately, so I can't show you guys how blocking works, but essentially you just choose a blocker like you would in a game like Magic the Gathering. I'm going to go ahead and kill this. Maybe he'll attack with this guy if we kill that guy. He might only be attacking with 1 a turn. Alright, let's attack with nobody again. And he's just not going to attack us. But basically, when you get to that blocking phase, right after you choose your attackers, you can pick any of your minions to block their minions. And one thing to note is that damage does stay at the end of the turn. It doesn't reset back to full health like it does in some card games. But I hope this video was helpful. If you guys have any questions, be sure to leave them in the comments. I'll be glad to make any video that'll help you guys out. Y'all have a great day, and I'll see you again next time.